Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Moxie Fernape, and this is my battle for Season 6, Week 8 of the National Football League Majors, in which we will be going up against Top 2 Boy, aka Sebastian, and his Florida Feraligatrs. Alright, guys, so I'm back with the team builder, as you can see here. So we're going up against Sebastian and his Florida Feraligatrs, as I said earlier. And his team, it was very tough to build for. It has a lot of combinations of typings that make it very difficult to find the right coverage for his team and just find all the right mons I felt like I needed. It was a very tricky matchup. I felt like I built a pretty solid team, though. I actually really like what I have. There were maybe a couple minor things that I could have changed, but for the most part, I really like what I have. With this game, I actually originally planned to live comment. But as I started, I just wasn't feeling great, and I felt like my commentary wouldn't have been too stellar, so I ended up just canceling the live comment. We're just going to do a post-com here. Yeah, so let me just go over the team. I'll put his team on screen with a little screenshot. So, he's got Tapu Fini, Megacizor, Tyranitar, Raikou, Glasgow, Moongus, Zygarde, 10%, aka Zydoge, Volcarona, Stoutland, Slowbro, and Magnezone. So, his 3 Z-move mons are Tyranitar, Raikou, and Volcarona. So, he's definitely got some threats there, as I kind of mentioned, with this team just being tough to build for. But in total, he has 6 quad weaknesses, I think. I think it was 6. Yeah, he's got Megacizor, Tyranitar, Glasgow, Zygarde, Volcarona, and Magnezone. So he's got 6, which, usually if they have 1 or 2, that's pretty good, because then I can just slap, like for Megacizor, I can just slap HP Fire on something, and then, or maybe like on like 2 mons, and then, bam, I'm good, I'm cool. But with this matchup, since he's so many, it's hard to, to choose those coverage moves, because, I might want to slap HP Fire on something, but then maybe I might want, like HP Ice for his Glasgow, I might want, fighting coverage for Tyranitar. Just stuff like that made it kind of tricky for this matchup. But I felt like, still my team, it is close to as good of a team as I could have brought. But, yeah, so I'll just start off with this Bishop set. So, originally this was a little different, meant to be sort of meant to just break walls originally with my set. It was Knockoff Poison Jab, Magnet Rise. My original set was Knockoff Iron Head, Magnet Rise, and Sword Stance, meant to set up on Glasgow and stuff. Sword Stance and just hit hard and just break through the fatter stuff on his team. But I ended up going for a little bulkier of a variant. I originally had some speed, but I dropped that, so I can hit harder and be a little bulkier. I ended up putting the Poison Jab over the Iron Edge because I felt like I didn't need Iron Head. It did hit Tyranitar. I didn't think I was super likely to come. It might, but I feel like I have stuff to handle it if it does come, so I'm not super worried. But yeah, I'm actually carrying the Poison Jab for Tapu Fini, just because I really want to get that thing weakened down, because it does help my probably like 1 or 2 win cons in the back, which I'll get to later. But yeah, so I also wanted this thing to be a little bulkier, just so I can have an easier time hitting at rocks. And I do have the Sucker Punch, just because that just hits things like Zygarde and Raikou and Volcarona pretty hard. Yeah, then my item, I'm holding the Black Glasses, not Life Orb. It would be nice to have the extra power with Life Orb, but it's still, I don't want to be losing HP from maybe a hit, so that's why I end up just going Black Glasses to make my knockoff and Sucker Punch still hit pretty hard. Yeah, Max Attack Adamant. I didn't need any speed. I could have, originally I speed crept Max Speed Timid Magnezone, which is also, Max Speed Jolly Tyranitar, which is 1 speed point faster than Magnezone. But I ended up just going bulkier just because I want to be able to take hits from like Tapu Fini a little better. Also maybe like Megacizor if I need to take a hit from that. But yeah, so also all these things now check M and 9, because last week it was checkmate. Now it's 9 because I won last week. But yeah, so now let's move on to my Electivire here with the Assault Vest. So this thing is meant to switch in and check the Raikou, which could be a pretty big threat, because my team doesn't feel great. Like last week with my matchup versus Tapu Koko, it was hard to deal with mons like that. I'm just fast, it hit hard. But yeah, Evire is a pretty good check to Raikou, just because it doesn't get great coverage. Best thing they could carry for me is HP Ground. I think I'll carry HP Ice to Donphan and Salamence, and really just those two, but like it's still pretty important to hit them. So I think I'll carry HP Ice. So then the hardest thing he has to hit me is Shadow Ball, which like that's not a huge deal because it does not do a whole lot. It does like 25-30%, if that. So that's pretty cool. I think I think if he brings Raikou, he'll be Scarfed. We'll see how that goes, but I think Scarf Raikou definitely makes sense versus my team. He could maybe carry like Electrium Z or the Poison, or not Poison, the Ghost Inium Z. Maybe. I don't know, I think Scarf makes a little more sense, but yeah, still, I just have the coverage that I need for his team. I could have maybe carried Fire Punch for Megacizor, but Earthquake's nice to hit Racky, Wild Charge, just good stab, hits Slowbro and stuff. Ice Punch hits Glass Score and allows that thing not to be a free switching, as I do 2KO that thing. Then Volt Switch is mainly meant for like a Moongus, and if you do not bring Zydoge or Glass Score over, or if I have them both gone, then I can freely Volt Switch, which is pretty awesome. The speed allows me to, if his Glass Score wants to speed creep a max speed Jolly Bisharp, then I can speed creep that Glass Score there. So this allows me to still have a fair amount of bulk, and then I can go for the Ice Punch on the switch in, and then 2KO him, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, I think to physical defense I would do like 70% or something like that, which I think like if he brings a spread, I think he'll bring with a good amount of speed, and the rest in bulk, and yeah, the rest in defense and HP. Then Ice Punch does around there, definitely 2KOs out for sure. But next I have my Mimikyu here with Pain Split, Taunt, Play Rough, and Infestation. So this is a pretty cool, pretty little niche set. So this mon is meant to just kind of be a little stall breaker and just deal with some of the fatter stuff on his team, like Amoonguss, like Slowbro, Tapu Fini kind of, and then also Glass Score. Mainly those four. Maybe like Tyranitar a bit. I mean, yeah, you can check Tyranitar. But yeah, the Taunt Split here is meant for just like Slowbro and like, yeah, mainly Slowbro and Glass Score, just so I can beat those two 1v1, which can help out my win cons in the back, which I'll get to later, as I said before. So yeah, Play Rough, just nice stab. I feel like I didn't need Ghost Stab. I didn't need Shadow Flower, Shadow Sneak. It could have been kind of helpful, but I felt like I just didn't need it, as I said. Then in the last I did the Infestation. That was to trap in stuff like Slowbro, Amoonguss, etc. I'm carrying the same speed on this thing to outspeed the Glass Score. If it carries speed, I think it will. Then I think the defense with 4 HP allows me to, I think it was so if I take Stealth Rock's damage, then I do not get OHKO'd by a Banded Earthquake from Zydoge. I believe that's what that was for. If he's still a Jolly, which I think he will be, because I have mons that are fast enough that would outspeed Adamant Zygarde. So I don't think he'll be Adamant. I think he'll be Jolly. But yeah, then I do just have the rest in Spidef. Right now I have a fair amount of attack. I think also I can OHKO Zydoge then. I believe that's what that was for. Then I'd Max, or not Max, but and just the rest in Spidef and the Careful Nature to boost my Spidef. Take hits from like Amoonguss and Slowbro and Tapu Fini a little better. Yeah, also the reason I like having Pain Split is because Mimikyu has a pretty low stat in H and yeah, it has a pretty low stat, yeah, 55 in the HP, so that's good because then I will lose more health, or I will gain back more health, and my opponent will lose more health from that, so that is the benefit there. Then Leftovers just helps me get a little bit of health back every turn, which is just nice. I keep Mimikyu somewhat healthy. But yeah, the next I have Miggladier, a pretty bulky, pretty cool set, so carrying some coverage here. We have Wish, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Leaf Blade. So same speed on this thing to outspeed the Glass Score. I'm going for that. I'm going for that Glass Score and hoping that hoping I'll be able to get its speed tier right and just the amount of speed creeping he's going to do. Hopefully I can get that right. And if so, that'd be awesome because then I will. It would just be awesome because I can maximize the amount of bulk I have on these mons while still getting the speed on them that I want and that I kind of need. Yeah. So the reason I have all this coverage here and actually no stabs because I feel like I didn't really need stab. Fighting stab could be helpful for like Stoutland, Magnum Zone, and Tyranitar, I suppose. But I still hit Leaf Blade, or I still hit Tyranitar with like Leaf Blade, and then Stoutland, I guess Leaf Blade. Yeah, I can't hit super hard, but Leaf Blade, I think it does at least half. And then Magnum Zone, I do Fire Punch, so I'm not too concerned. I can hit really everything on his team for at least neutral, so that's cool. The Wish is meant for. So okay, let's say I have this thing up against like Tyranitar or something that I could just threaten out. Then he could switch into like either Slowbro or like Tapu Fini, maybe Glass Score. I could Wish on the switch in and then comfortably take a hit the next turn. While if it's like Fini or Slowbro, I could click Leaf Blade and 2KO them. While I will get back health at the end of that turn. That's pretty cool. Slowbro, I think after Rocks, I think I'm guaranteed to 2KO with Leaf Blade if he does not have Leftovers. If he does, I think it's a roll, but I think it's in my favor. If there are no rocks up and he has Leftovers, I don't think there's like any chance. Or I think it's a very low chance. I forget the exact roll, but still, just Adamant, Max Attack, Migglade hits hard as a truck, and he's gonna have trouble finding answers to this because this coverage is actually really cool and really awesome versus. Yeah, it's just really good versus team and hits pretty much everything, which is awesome. So next we have one of my main win cons here being my Donphan, which actually is a Rock Polish Donphan, which is pretty nifty. We have Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Fire Fang. enough speed to outspeed timid max speed Raikou if I'm at +2. I don't, yeah, no, I definitely would not have been able to outspeed a Scarf Raikou if I were to go like max speed Jolly. Because last week with my Bisharp, which is base 70, or is it? Yeah, 70, I was barely able to outspeed a Scarf Heliolisk, which is 109, after I'm +2, so Donphan would definitely not be able to outspeed Raikou, but still, I have the coverage that I need to hit most of his team, really. Earthquake, Ice Shard, Fire Fang, Earthquake. I really need mons like Slowbro really weakened. Earthquake does not 2k with his speed defensive Slowbro, which I think he will be. It does like 38 to 45, so if he's weakened enough, I can 2k him, so I can hit him on the switch and then hit him with another one, and that's pretty cool, but I like Slowbro preferably gone, or at least really weakened, so that could be helpful if Donphan can then set up a Rock Polish on something like Tyranitar, or maybe Gliscor, or maybe like Stoutland, maybe even like Mega Scizor, if I'm healthy enough. But yeah, then Fire Fang just hits Mega Scizor, it OHKOs that, or it almost OHKOs. I think it does like 88 to 101 or something if he brings like max HP. Yeah, then Ice Shard hits Zygarde, and it 2KOs. Yeah, it does like right around 50% to physically defensive Gliscor, so that's cool. Then yes, Adamant, so I can hit it as hard as possible, and then 76 in HP. Just gives me a bit of bulk. And actually, I should have put 4 less in HP, so that I'm taking less damage from Life Orb. But it didn't really come into play too much, but whatever. I'm just realizing that now, that I should have done that. But whatever, it is what it is. In the last slide, I have kind of another win con being my Salamence here. So, you Fly, Sub, Dragonette, and Earthquake holding me Flying MZ. So I could have speed crept the Gliscor in this mon. I thought about it, but I want to be able to have something to at least speed tie with his Volcarona, which they're both at base 100, so I don't think he'll bring it, but if he does bring it, it's definitely going to be very scary, because that thing could just it could just flip the whole game around and just come out of nowhere, set up a Quiver Dance, and then just potentially sweep, and it could be really scary. So I want to at least have this thing to, well, I can take it from it. I think David in the mock, he brought HP Rock, just did things like Victini a little harder. So I think he could carry HP Rock, he might carry HP Ice if he brings Volcarona, but Salamence can take it decently, and if I can speed tie it, I can hopefully win the speed tie, and then if he does not have any boost, then I can, I should be able to hook him with the Fly. I didn't run the calc, but I doubt he lives the Fly, unless we Sash or something. Now, I really like Fly in this game because even when it's just normal Fly, it's still kind of useful, especially with Sub, because I can, if I have a Sub up, I can Fly on the switch into like Tapu Fini or something. Then I could, do decent damage with Fly, and then he can break my Sub. Or like even in that same, even in the same like plays there. If I don't have a Sub up, I can still Fly on the switch and do decent damage to the Tapu Fini or something. And then I do hit really hard with the ZV Fly, which is awesome. Sub's also meant if he brings like the Moongus or Gliscor. This way I can switch and do and definitely beat Gliscor, barring Toxic on the switch-in, but if he does carry Toxic, which will likely be his only thing to Salamence, he might carry Stone Edge, maybe Knockoff, but Knockoff doesn't do much. So I can sub on his potential Toxic, and then I can Dragon Dance, and that'd be awesome. I could have carried like Fire Fang or something to Mega Scizor, but I don't know, I felt like Earthquake was a little more useful, because then I don't get just like totally walled by Tyranitar. I can also hit Magnezone. Well, I mean Fire Fang does, but Earthquake does a lot more to Magnezone. Then I can also hit Raikou for more damage, and I don't know, I felt like Earthquake was better overall. I don't know, Fire Fang, it could have been nice for, it could have been helpful for the Scizor, but I felt like overall for his team, Earthquake was more beneficial just in general, so it's really going to come down to if I can get Salamence or Donphan in a position to win late game with their setup there, but hopefully we can win this game. Definitely should be going, Sebastian's a good player, for sure. Hopefully he's not on, on drugs, aka PEDs, which would be cheating. It'd be academic dishonesty. JK. But yeah, let's just get into the game in just a second. Alright guys, so we are back with the battle, as you can see here. So Seb brings mainly what I expect. Brings the Tapu Fini, Mega Scizor, Tyranitar, Zydoge, Slowbro, and Gliscor. Yeah, he brings really the 6 I expected, except I thought he'd bring Raikou over Tyranitar, but still, makes sense. He does not bring he does not bring Stoutland, so he does not have the Sand there, so that's cool. And he also does not bring the Volcarona, which is nice because that thing could have been a big threat in the back, which would have been scary, but he didn't bring it, so I don't have to worry about it, and that is cool. So my plan was to leave Bisharp and just get up rocks, because rocks are cool, and Bisharp can take it from pretty much everything on his team, even Glasscore, unless it's like really offensive, but still, it's just a nice lead and can get up rocks. And yeah, also if he leads with Buffini, that's not too bad. I can just get up rocks and maybe go for a poison jab, get off good damage. So he does switch into Mega Scizor, as I do go for rocks here, which is cool. So here, the obvious play is for him to go for a U-turn. So I thought he would do that, and I really contemplated going into Salamence to take that. Or, I mean, it could have took that, but like then he could bring in a Feeny, or probably Feeny, maybe like Tyranitar or something, and then could have scared me out, and that would have been bad. So, I don't know, I wanted to stay in to take that. He could have Sword Sense in my face, and that would have been scary, but it's really early in the game, so I don't think he'd do that just yet, and I feel like it would make more sense for me to switch. So I did not think he would click Sword Sense here, and I wasn't certain if he would have it either. But he does just go for the U-turn, and does outspeed me, because I do have no speed, which is helpful. So then I can just knock off something's item, and nothing really appreciates losing its item on its team. So he brings in Glasscore to take that, and it's actually going to lose its Toxic Orb, which is awesome, because then he will not be able to get poisoned and will not be able to gain health each turn. So that is awesome. So Wraithquake does knock me out from that range. I thought he'd click rocks anyways, but I do go into Gallade here, so I can Mega, and then I think Wish on the switch in. Yeah, because that's what I talked about in the team builder portion. That was the play I was going to make on the switch in. So he does bring in Slowbro. Then I guess he realizes I'm a bulkier variant and can have bulk up or something. So I guess he wanted to go into this thing into Scout. So I do just go for Leaf Blade. I think I thought about going for like Fire Punch that turn. In the off chance he'd go into Mega Scizor, because it would still kill the Glasscore. But I don't know. I feel like I didn't want to show Fire Punch if I didn't have to, and I don't know. I thought it would have been more beneficial for me to hide Fire Punch than the chance of him going into Mega Scizor there, because that could have been kind of risky. So he does bring in Feeny, which makes sense. I thought he'd do that. So I just Leaf Blade. Yeah, I thought I might Wish there, but no, I just Leaf Blade, which does a lot. Looks like he's pretty bulky. He's not max Fizz Def, but he's got a good amount of bulk. He goes for Moonblast. I think that shows he's like no special attack. Yeah, I think like right around no special attack. But I can just go for another Leaf Blade and knock him out if it didn't matter. So in that play, I really thought about going for Fire Punch, and I really wanted to, because I wasn't losing a whole lot if he did just stay in and then kill me, because that's still low enough for Donphan to knock that thing out with Earthquake, which is fine, because Donphan could then sweep late game, which would be awesome. And I thought like he could have gone into Scizor there. And actually, this was the second time we did it, because a couple turns later, the server actually crashed. So in the first run, yeah, we got a couple turns later. Yeah, so these are still the plays that we made in the first game, really. But in the first game, he got a little bit lower. Yeah, he did like 3% less with the Moonblast, so I was actually in range to definitely live a hit from the Scizor. I could definitely live. Yeah, I was definitely able to live a hit. I think it did like 44% max with the Bullet Punch, so I could live that. Now here is at 43. I still would have most likely lived the Bullet Punch if he wanted to make that aggressive switching into Scizor and then knock him out with Fire Punch, but still just wanted to explain that. I still would have probably made the same play, but yeah, so here, he does just bring in Zydote. I don't have a great switch in. I'm just going to sack off the lead. I think E-Speed smacks me out if he wants to go for it. I thought he'd go for 1,000 arrows. It made no sense, so he just kills me, which is cool. So, here I can bring in Mimikyu, which, now, one thing that I don't know, not that I didn't realize until now, but that kind of scared me is, okay, I don't have much to stop him from switching to Scizor. Like, he's going to make that play. I know he's going to do. But I don't have much to threaten him or just pressure him if he does switch into Scizor. And it's really bad for me because my team doesn't deal with the Scizor too amazingly, too phenomenally, which is scary. So I think that was one little flaw in this set here I should have had. I could have maybe had, I don't know, the best thing I could have was, I guess, HP Fire, just because, you know, it still does okay damage, makes Scizor. It doesn't do a lot, but yeah. I could have had something like Will-O-Wisp, but I don't know. It might not be great because yeah, he does have the Tapu Fini with the Misty terrain, so it wouldn't have worked out too well. Like in this scenario, the terrain is up, so it would not work if I did have Will-O-Wisp here. But I do go for the Infestation to trap him and get a bit of chip damage on him. The trapping doesn't really matter, it's more so the chip damage, because I'm going to switch out anyways this turn, as I think he will go for a U-turn, but I can live that with Bisharp, which is cool. And then I can maybe Sucker Punch if he brings in a faster Mon, or Knock Off if he brings in something slower. But yeah, I do just go for a Sucker Punch as he brings in Zydoge, or not as he brings in, but on the following turn. Yeah, I do just go for Sucker Punch, and then it does a lot. But he knocks him out with 1,000 arrows. Makes sense. It's cool. So I think I go into Donphan here just because I can live any hit from this thing. I'm assuming it was banded. I didn't get confirmation yet, but I was assuming just because that makes, like, usually it makes the most sense in general for that mon to be banded. But yeah, especially because he really likes bringing banded on Zydoge, so I assumed it was banded. But yeah, so I wanted to go for Ice Shard just because, you know, that knocks him out, and I wouldn't have had to take a hit from him. But I did not think he would stay in. I thought he'd go into Slowbro, so I do click Earthquake, which, if he's not bulky enough, I could maybe 2KO him. So it does 44% there, which it shows, you know, maybe I could Earthquake again, knock him out, but I don't know. It's a risk, especially because I think he is. I'm not certain of that roll, but I think the roll is like 38 to 45 if he's maxed his death. So I would have had to get a very high roll again to knock him out. So I did not want to risk that. I do go into Evire here to chew the Scald. I think it ended up being Surf. So yeah, it does like a bit more damage, but no chance of the burn. So I guess that's cool. So I think I go for Earthquake because I still could have knocked out the dog. He could switch into that, and I could have done a little more damage to Slowbro if he stayed in. So it was just a nice middle ground play. But he also he could have gone into this, which judging by how he brought it in, I think he did Scarf. But I did go for the Earthquake on the switch in, and he did do a lot, which is awesome. But judging from the damage, it shows he does not have any bulk. And judging how he switched it in, it's probably Scarf. So I'm like, okay. I do end up going into Donphan though. Just because I do not get too good by Crunch, which makes the most sense just for my team for him to click Crunch at this point. I think actually if he got like 2 big max rolls, then he could have 2KO'd me, I think, but he did not. I thought it was his best play just to sack off the T-Tar there. He actually did sack off his Zydoge, so it was interesting. I think it's with Earthquake because Ice Shard did not knock out Tyranitar from that range. It did like 16 to 19, and he was at 21. But now he brings back in T-Tar. I guess, you know, now he realizes I'm in Crunch range, but I have Ice Shard to pick that thing off. So that's cool. I thought he might have been bringing this thing in, just so he could switch into Slowbro or something, and then have me take more damage from the Life Orb. That's possible, but I don't know. It's a little interesting on his, a little interesting play on his part. But Donphan does pick up 2 kills there, which is pretty awesome. So I do sack off Donphan, make Scizor here. He might try to Roost or Sword Sense or something, not knowing that I Fire Fang, which would have knocked him out from that range. So that'd been cool. But no, he made a smart play, just knocked me out, which is cool. So here I can bring in Salamence. So my thought process here is I can live 2 hits from this thing, which is cool. But I say that a lot. I need to stop saying that so much. But I can live any 2 hits from this guy, which is cool, which is dope. But yeah, so my plan here is Dragon Dance because I think I'll switch into Slowbro. And at +1, I can knock out Slowbro with a Z-move Fly, which is awesome. And even if he does stay in, I can Dragon Dance, or he can hit me, then I can Dragon Dance, and he can hit me again. I can live it, and I can, I think I'd have to go for Z-move Fly to knock him out, but then I could do a lot of damage to Slowbro with Fly. I wouldn't be able to knock him out at +1, but still, and then I could bring in Evire and then win. So my plan was Dragon Dance here. I thought he'd switch, and he does, so that is kind of nice. It didn't matter a whole lot. I think it was better for me if he did switch, which he did, so dope. But yeah, Dragon Dance on switch, and then I go for Z-move Fly, and bye Slowbro. So we're up 3-1, looking pretty good. So the Scizor, I'm not certain what this thing's spread is. From rolls, or yeah, from rolls, it looks like I wasn't certain how much speed he was carrying either. So I don't know if he's Jolly. I don't know how much bulk he has, how much. I don't know exactly what his spread is. So if he's max HP, I think the roll for Fly here was like 49 to like 58 or something. So it was heavily in my favor if he was max HP, which I thought he was. Now I wasn't certain what his speed was, as I said before. It looked like from damage earlier from hits. Yeah, he hasn't taken any real damage. He's only taken rocks, and yeah, he's only taken rocks, and then the 1 hit from the infestation, which doesn't really matter for the damage because it did like 1% and then 12%, which it always does. So I was not certain of his bulk here. Yeah, as I said earlier, from his damage, from his hits to my Bisharp, and I mean, yeah, that was the only hit that I could judge damage from. It looks like he's almost max attack and Jolly, so I thought he's maybe around 200 attack or so, and then Jolly, so if he is, and then just has like max HP, then I can knock him out, most likely with Fly. So my players go for Fly, because that does more than Earthquake, so he does Bullet Punch, I live, it does 2KO, but not a big deal, so I do Fly. Then this turn I'm like, okay, Fly knocks him out, I win, right? He lives. and then he roosts. I'm like, oh no, shit. So at first I'm like, okay, shit, because he can knock me out this turn. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I can bring Mimikyu, maybe Taunt as he could roost, and then Infestation, weaken him down, bring in Evire, while Charge did like 29 to like 35. But yeah, so it turns out he was bulkier than I thought. He had like, I think like 84 attack and was adamant and max HP and like 180 defense or something like that. So he's bulkier than I thought. The roll there for me to kill was like 43 to like 51, so I ended up getting min roll. Didn't really matter that I got a min roll. I just needed like a max roll to kill, so I can't really complain there, but I was a little unfortunate. So I think I just go for a fly here, which is a misplay. I should have just clicked. Yeah, I should have just gotten damage off with the Earthquake there, because then with me flying, that gives him a chance to roost and a chance to set up, which that is bad. If I could have just damaged him there, then he would have had to knock me out with Bullet Punch. Yeah, Earthquake did like 35-ish%, so he would have been at like 14 or something. It wouldn't have mattered in the long run, because a +2 Bullet Punch does knock out both of my Mons left and the back, so not a big deal. I guess I could have run Mimikyu and Infestation, and if I got a high enough roll with Earthquake, then maybe Scizor would have been in range to die from, yeah, maybe it would have been in range to die from that, but he might have clicked Roost that turn, that would have been smart, so it would have been a tough play, but yeah, he just sort of set up and then Bullet Punched me to death, and I end up losing, which is really disappointing, because for most of the game, it looked like I was in a good position to win. Yeah, I was looking good for most of the game, really just till the end when he lived that hit, and then Mega Scizor just kind of fucked me in the ass, which kind of blows. Because I feel like I built a good team, and not like a great team, not a perfect team, but it was a good team. But yeah, we do end up losing 1-0, so another 1-0 loss, my third 1-0 loss, and in my last 5 games, 4 of them have been the score of 1-0, which is kind of insane, actually. One of them was last week versus Razor, which I did win, so that was cool, but we did not win this week, so as I said, that blows. It's just really frustrating, because like, I'm getting so close in these games, which is good, because, you know, I'm not getting totally blown back, which is a lot better than just, it's a lot better than I'm getting really close losses and just getting destroyed. Because that shows I'm at least close, and I'm almost winning a lot of these games, which is better than just getting 6-0 every week. But still, you know, as I said, it was just kind of frustrating, because I was so close. It looked good, but I don't know. It wasn't meant for me to win this week. I guess the Poke Gods kind of hated me. Not even in terms of hacks, like because it wasn't hacks there. Just like out of me, like a max roll to kill. So I'm not complaining there, but just. It looks good, but then it's just like, nope, he was bulkier than I thought, and he wasn't the exact spread I thought, and I lose, so that sucks, but it is what it is. It's life, it's Pokemon. We live and learn, we move on. So now we're 2-5, as Seb's now 5-3, so looking not good for playoff race. We probably need to win out, or at least, maybe I can lose one more game, but still, it's not looking good. It is what it is, as I've said, but next week we do play Matty, who is on quite a streak. He's 6-0'd in his last 2 games, 6-0 wins. So that's a little scary. Hopefully I can at least end his 6-0 reign of terror, because he has 2 6-0 wins in a row, and like that's terrifying. But you know, if I can at least get a 5-0 loss, that's something. So I'll still try hard next week, you know, as I will always do. And hopefully we can put up a good fight. I mean, I put up a good one versus Sazo. He's one of the best draft players out there, just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, still. Next week versus Matty should be a good one. His team is very scary. He took over Dallas' team a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so I'm excited for next week versus Matty, a.k.a. my big bro, as he's kind of calling me his little bro. So that's pretty cute. That's pretty cool. But yeah, as I said, I'll see you guys next week with the battle. So yeah, bye-bye.